My name is Terri Mueller, and like I said, I'm in beautiful Florida, and I have the privilege today to introduce our guest. This is a gentleman that has been in network marketing for 25 years or more, and he's also worked with distributors and other companies and helped them to build large organizations. And today, he's going to be doing a training with us on how to use and place the products. And that'll be awesome because we have a lot of people to call and ask, where did I put it? Where did I put it? So he's going to go over all of that today. So hang in there and I'll turn it over to Frank Mueller. Have a blessed day.
Oh, well, hey, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We do appreciate everybody showing up and supporting this call. Hey, this is going to give you a quick rundown of how we're going to do this call today, because this is a really basic call. But, you know, when brand new people get involved, I always tell them, when your first order comes in, please call me. Let me help you put the patches in the correct place and walk you through that process. Even if I told you today, you may forget, you know, 4, 5, 6 days from now when you get the product in. So please give me a call. But that being said, there's a lot of people out there that don't necessarily get that kind of support, or maybe the person just doesn't call and you can't get back up with them, or something else happens anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to show a slide with some information of a particular product. We're going to talk about it just very briefly. We're not going to get real scientific. There's just going to be an overview. And then we're going to go to a screen to where you can see me. And I'm going to hold up the product, and if it's applicable, exactly how to use it, where to place it, those kinds of things. So I believe that we're ready for our very first product slide. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on the burn. Well, Miss Kara, can we get that first slide for the burn, number 5, coming up? All right, there we go. It's coming. All right, very good. All right, this is the ENERGENTICS burn product. This is to help your body detoxify. It suppresses your appetite. It increases the metabolism and energy levels. It burns fat, and it's made from 100% all natural organic ingredients. Now that is pretty neat. Now, about 80% of the people in the world probably are what? A little overweight, some a lot overweight. You know, everybody, sometimes we fall into these bad habits, and then it's really hard to lose that excess weight. With that being said, this is a pretty easy product to talk about and where to place. So let's go back to the being able to see me for a moment. Good. Now, where exactly do you take the burn and place it? You know, this is the only product that I don't have in right now. So with that being said, where exactly do you place it? It is very easy. You're going to use 3 of these patches. They're about the size of a nitro patch, actually about 50% larger than a nitro patch, okay? And all you'll do is you'll use 3 of them. And you'll put one to the left and one to the right, about an inch or so to the left and to the right of your belly button, and one about an inch below your belly button. Now, let's talk about how to actually place them. Physically, you're going to take them off of a backing of a piece of paper, and you're going to place them on your body, but you want to make sure that where you're placing that patch, that there is no hair. So if you do have any hair there, take a little razor and cut it off, okay? Number 1. Number 2, make sure it's a clean area. Maybe you just took a shower, that's great. But then you may want to actually take it one step further and take a cotton ball with some alcohol and rub it over to make sure that there's no oils or creams or anything like that. And then these patches will adhere a bit better. Sometimes, because of people's activities, then they need to have to go one step further. I do this, my wife does this. We simply take some tape right here, just some 3 of them. It's for placing gauze and on wounds. It's just a cloth tape. It's about 1 inch wide. And we just take a small piece that overlaps the patch by, a 1/2 inch or so. It doesn't take much. And that way it stays there. You see, we're active. We're not only doing all the normal things like taking showers, but we're swimming in our pool. We're riding 10 miles or more on our bikes every day. I'm working in the yard. And if you're having a lot of movement or activity, they may come off. So to prevent that, just use a small piece of surgical tape. It's very comfortable. It doesn't bother you in any way. So do that. Now, the next product that we're going to talk about is the Quantum Card. And on the Quantum Card, when that information gets up here, we got to go into that screen share again. This Kara. There we go. All right. This is the Energetics Quantum Energy Card. Now, this is pretty awesome product. It helps to neutralize harmful energies, electromagnetic radiation, strengthen the body's bioenergy field, and from what I understand, by about 200%. Increase energy levels, endurance, and strength. Assist in reducing soreness, aches, calming effect to mental, physical state. Reduce stress and improves focus. Improves the taste of food. Man, this is all great stuff. Now, it works by, the card is infused and stores electromagnetic waves with specific frequencies to produce a desired effect within the human body, animals, food, water, and plants. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit. So let's come back to the picture that you can see me. And we're going to show you exactly what this card looks like. I know we have some new people. I happen to wear it in a one of these things that go around your neck. You can get them from AEGEA. I think they're like $7 in your back room, and that's no shipping, handling, or tax on that. So very cheap, very inexpensive, and you won't lose it. That is important. I talked to one of my guys yesterday, and he was getting ready to go to a golf tournament, and he had just used his card that morning for running his water over it, and then misplaced it, and he was getting freaked out because he wasn't going to have it at the tournament, where he also was going to be able to share it with an additional 160 people. Anyway, with that being said, this is a great way of carrying it and not losing your Quantum Card, number one. Men or women can use these things. Normally, most women will simply take this card and they put it on and the inside of the left-hand side of their bra, because you want it as close to your heart as possible. So that's exactly what my wife does, and the vast majority of other women that I know, is just stick it there. It's going to stay there. You're perfectly fine. That is, both of those ways are much better than putting it in your pocket where it can fall out and you can lose it. It's much better than putting it in your pocket where when you sit down and maybe it bends and it breaks or something. That's not a good idea. Some people say that you can put them into your wallet, and I understand that that's one of those things. I don't like that idea, but I guess that's better than maybe putting it in your pocket and losing it. Again, your best idea for a woman inside the bra, and for a man at least inside of one of these things. Now, how do you use this thing other than just wearing it on your body? By the way, wear it 24/7. How do you do that at night? Very simple. Take this out of your carrier or wherever you got it and put it underneath your pillow inside of the pillowcase. Don't lose it, so put it inside the pillowcase and sleep on it. It will keep you grounded throughout the night. It'll help you with getting a deeper sleep, is what it helps both Terri and I with. It also helps because she has some really bad sinus headaches. It helps keep them down considerably. The next thing is, how else can you use it? I know that occasionally, and it's been a whole lot less this past rainy season down here, Terry's hands and knuckles will just swell up really badly. And this last year, it only happened a couple of times. What did she do when that happened? She simply took the card and placed it on top of those knuckles, and for about 5 minutes, and then the discomfort went away. You could also just wave it over top of that. I've actually done that when she had a headache, and wave it right over top of her head for a minute or two and stop, do it for another minute or two, go sit down, and within a few minutes, she's like, it doesn't hurt anymore. This is absolutely awesome. How else do you use this card? Anything you're going to make with water, whether you're going to drink water by itself, whether you're going to make your coffee, take the carafe, fill it up like you would normally, but fill it up. If you're filling it up from your faucet, just let the water run over top of your card, okay? Let it run over top of your card, and then into the carafe until it's filled, and then take that carafe and dump it into your coffee maker. You're going to find that your coffee is less acidic and it tastes much smoother and better, but still it won't affect the flavor itself. It really, if anything, it makes it more bold and more of the coffee taste, which is really great. You can do that with anything that you create with water. Next thing is, you can take this and you can take it and just wave it right over top of your food, whether it's fresh or it's been cooked. I know that the little quantum card brochure that comes with it says to do it for 5 minutes. I would suggest about 45 minutes, okay, over top of it. The same thing with other types of beverages that you can't just or don't want to pour over this, is you can just take it over top of the glass and wave it right over top of the glass. And it's amazing. It'll smoothen wine into an amazingly amount. It'll actually do it to bourbons too as well. It'll do it to a lot of different products like that. Do not use it on anything that is carbonated. It will make it go flat. So don't do that. Also, you can use it for watering your plants. So what you want to do is, you get your little container out and let, again, the water flow right over top and into your household watering pail or whatever you call it, and water all the plants with it. Not only that, you should have a cobalt blue spray bottle. Why? So that you can actually spray the foliage of the plant. You'll be amazed if you'll water it with this water and a couple of times a week, miss them. It'll be absolutely awesome. And we're going to talk about the combination of these two along with the Freshness Garden in a little while, and how you can make your flowers last a whole lot longer. Okay, enough about the quantum card for right now. Let's go on and move on to our next product, which is slide number 11, the Nitro Cube. All right. All right, Nitro Cube. One of the first two products I was introduced to, in fact, was a Nitro Cube. It is an absolutely awesome product. It enhances and supports cardiovascular and heart health because of the nitric oxide that it helps produce in your body. It increased circulation, healthy arterial function, reduced discomfort. I tell people, look, even if you do not have any discomfort, by the time you're 45 years old, you ought to be using this product because it'll help with your cardiovascular system, and help. I tell you, as we get older and we can't stop it, everybody is going to be affected in one way or the other. And I tell everybody, look, living a long time is good, but living a long time healthy is even better. Now, heart disease is the #1 killer in the world today, caused by buildup of that hard plaque in the arterial wall. Nitric oxide has shown to help lessen plaque buildup. Now, isn't that interesting? How it works. ENERGENTICS Nitro Cube for discomfort naturally provides relief effectively using electromagnetic waves to safely stimulate points in the body that enhance natural healing around blood flow. The scientists who discovered nitric oxide, groundbreaking role in cardiovascular health, were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1998. Man, that is absolutely awesome. Now, let's go and go back to the point where people can see me again, and I'm going to hold these up. This is how they come. First off, they're going to come in a little brochure like this, and inside that brochure is this. It's a little cellophane package, and it's got all the Nitro Cube bits in it, and you can see that they're rectangular, they're goldish in color, about half an inch wide and about an inch long, so they're very small. Now, what do you do with them? Well, you can use these either of two ways. Either you're going to take one off, and if you have no pain or discomfort, you're going to put at least one of them right over here on the left-hand side, just below your shoulder. And in fact, on the brochure, it shows you a diagram of a person, and it shows that right there, the little two red ones on either side of the shoulders. You can put them there. You can also put them midways down the forearm, under the underside, where it gets to a lot of blood. One of the things that you're looking for here, by the way, is you don't ever put them on top of something that is hard. In other words, don't put them on, your knee may hurt, but you don't put it on the top of your knee. Your back may hurt, but you don't actually put it on the spine itself. You have to offset it a little ways. So as an example, if you're just using it for cardiovascular reasons, easy enough, put it up underneath your shoulder. If you're using it for discomfort relief, then all you have to do is to put it towards that discomfort. I use two of them and two of the release that we'll talk about in a little bit on either side of my lower back. You see, I had a lot of damage happen while I was in the military, and my bottom three vertebrae are all crunched together. That's a non-medical term. They're all crushed together. And I have another one that is damaged up in my thoracic spine, but I keep one or two of the nitros, one on either side of my spine, about an inch, inch and a half to the left and to the right of the center of my spine, right where the first three vertebrae are in my lower back. And that works extremely well. And they last for 3 days. And you know what? I forgot to mention something, so I'm going to back up here. The burn, the very first product we talked about, the nitro, and the relief that we're going to talk about next, all last approximately 72 hours while it's attached and on your body. Okay? So every 72 hours, you're going to replace them. Just think of it that way. Easy. You don't have to take a pill 3 times a day and remember all of that garbage. You simply put these patches on, set it, forget it until 3 days, pull them off, put 3 more on, or 2 on, or 1 on, or whatever you're having to replace, and keep on going. Now, I should also have told you that on the Quantum card is guaranteed for 3 years. 3 years, guys, that's minimum. That's your guarantee on it, that it's going to last that long. So that in itself makes that product a very reasonably priced product. Some people say, well, it's expensive. Well, I guess that's all in the point of what you feel like you're going to get from it. But it's also very inexpensive when you talk about it lasting for a minimum of 3 years. Okay, let's go to the next product, which is the Relief. And I'll get those out while we're getting the slide up. Relief, that's slide number 14, and here it comes. All right, the Relief, what does it do? It enhances and supports, helps the cardiovascular and heart health, increase circulation and healthy arterial function, just like what? The Nitro did. It has some of those same abilities. And we lost that screenshot there. Anyway, it also will help. Whoops, there it goes again. It also helps to reduce discomfort, reduces stress, reduces nausea. It doesn't affect any kind of medications. It's quick, it's effective, it works. I know my wife woke up a couple of nights ago. She didn't even have to wake me up. Had this bad pain in her upper back or lower neck area. She got up, got one of these, stuck it right on there, and within minutes, the pain and ache had gone away, and she was able to lay back down and go to sleep. Anyway, this works synergistically together with the Nitro Cube, by the way. Energetics relief is absolutely awesome. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of discomfort, and if you happen to be watching this and not just calling in, you can see the obvious difference in the pictures in the lower right. Before, where the discomfort was in the dark red, and then when they put the relief patches on, how much that started to dissipate the red, and it's turning it back to green. Excuse me. Which is good. That means that the discomfort and the swelling and all of that is going away. Okay, let's go ahead and come back. There we go. All right, the relief. There you go. There it is. See, you can't even see it. They're about an inch round. There you go. Now you can see them a little bit. They're about an inch around. They're clear, and they are attached just like any other patch. If nobody has any real discomfort, they will be using the Nitro, let's say on the left that's closest to the heart, and they'll be using the relief on the right by the shoulder, okay? And synergistically together, they will both help your cardiovascular system. Of course, if you do have some additional discomfort somewhere, you can take and place those wherever you might. You know, I told you I used 2 of the Nitros on my lower back. I also use 2 of these reliefs. They're actually crisscrossed, and they're about this far apart. You know, as if you looked at my fingers, they're about that far apart. They're up. My spine is going down the center. They're about 1.5 inches on either side of my spine, and then they're about 2 inches difference between the left and the right going straight down. And I have them crisscrossed, so to speak. And there's just a piece of tape that runs vertically across to hold them there, because it's right there in my belt line, and it's going to get rubbed every time that I sit up or sit down or whatever. And again, the nitros and the reliefs last approximately 72 hours. So simply replace them when your 72 hours is up. Okay. All right. And by the way, they are absolutely awesome for pain. And you do not have to concern yourself with putting them, if you're using them like I am for discomfort and you've got them somewhere else on your body, then you don't have to use the additional ones most of the time up here on your shoulders for that cardiovascular help, because you're going to get it really maybe to a lesser degree if they're in a strange place in your body and they're not on the meridian system, but you're still going to get that effect as well. But again, if you don't have any of the discomfort, you're just using it for cardiovascular reasons, then by all means, just put one under your left and one underneath your right of your shoulders. The left being closest to your heart using the Nitro, and over to the right using the relief. Okay, next product, the EMF Shield. This is an absolutely awesome product we are getting ready to talk about. And that is slide number 17. And here it comes. All right, the EMF Shield. This is an awesome product. I mean, everybody knows, or pretty much knows, or has started to hear about the problems with electromagnetic frequency, 4G, getting ready to be 5G. Which, I don't know, I've heard all these different things of how much worse 5G is versus 4G, and it's 40 times worse, it's 100 times worse, whatever. We just know that the more powerful it gets, the worse it's going to be for you. And that's where this product comes in. It's called an EMF Shield. Let me tell you right up front that it is guaranteed, as long as you take care of it, for 1 year for its positive effects for you. The benefits is that it blocks dangerous frequencies, protects your body, safe and easy to use, no interference with the operation of the device. And this is a pretty important. And I want you to look at this picture. If you're actually watching the Zoom and you're not just on your phone, there is a beautiful picture down here in the lower right-hand side. They used what they call thermography pictures. And all this is a picture of the same person where they made a 15-minute cell phone call with the phone up to their head. And the one on the left, they used the EMF Shield that we provide or have. And the one on the right, they didn't. And if you see this picture, it is obvious that the one on the left has got the green and yellows and the blues, and they're really cool looking, okay? Whereas the picture on the right, there's a lot of the reds. I mean, you know, and oranges and stuff like that, which is showing the heat that is there. So that is a significant picture if you'll just look at it. Now, prolonged exposure to these types of devices emitting these waves can lead to some serious health conditions such as headaches, chronic fatigue, depression, hypersensitivity, and erratic blood pressure, dizziness, abnormal behavior patterns in children, high-risk pregnancy, teary eyes, skin irritations, and more. You know, how does it work? The EMF Shield is a proven solution designed to create a safe and healthy environment that filters and neutralizes harmful radiation and electrosmog that surrounds you 24/7. For immediate protection, attach the hologram to your TV, to your laptop, the computer screens, routers, and other radiation polluting appliances. It covers a radius of approximately 1 to 2 feet, and it starts working immediately to protect your physical and mental health. Now, let's go back to just a screen where I can see y'all at for a moment. All right. Now, if you notice, I've got one on the back of my phone. Now, this one happens to be on the outside cover, and it does go through a little bit of abuse, right? Well, I still have one on the back side of my cover because that way I can take it out and show it to people when I'm out and about. Now, underneath of this cover, I'm not going to take it out, but underneath of this cover is my phone. On the back of the phone, I have a brand new one that's right there. You can put it in either place for protection. I really have the protection on the inside. On the outside, I know it carries around my pocket all the time, so it's going to get ripped up a little bit, but it's there so that I can share it with other people. Excuse me. The other thing that you can do is you can put them on anything that's basically electronic. And, you know, we've got kids out there that their brains aren't even developed yet, and they're playing with all these electronic toys. They're on phones. They're on, excuse me. They're on all kinds of games. Put one on the back of every single one of them. You know, that's what we did this Christmas for kids, grandkids, that kind of thing, is we ordered a bunch of them. And we just sort of figured out how many electronics that they had in their home, and we just counted them out, put them in a card, and sent them. Now, I don't care if you're just doing it for a Christmas present, birthday present, or just because you love them and you wanted to protect them. That's something that everybody needs to be using, absolutely needs to be using. Anyway, with that in mind, put it on your routers, put it on your laptops, put it on back of your big screen TVs, anywhere that you're going to have any kind of electronic issues. And again, they'll last you for approximately 1 year as long as you're taking care of them. All right, let's go to the next product, which is a really neat one. It's a number 20 on your slide for your presentation, actually, and it's called the Freshness Card. I love the Freshness Card. I really do. In fact, you know, the Freshness Card has actually got a great study out on it by a university along with another business, by the way. If you haven't seen that, you need to get that on your upline. But what are the uses for the Freshness Cards? In-home, refrigerator, pantry, counter. By the way, I got it in all three of those places. Grocery stores can use them, specialty markets, restaurants, florist shops, Man, they're great for your flowers, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Colleges and university food service, commercial facilities, gardening and garden centers, farming and agriculture. These are all places. Again, if you look over here on the right-hand side, bottom of your slide, you'll see what happens over a 30-day lab time lapse photo. And you can see the one on the left without the Freshness card just molds. It becomes mummified almost. Whereas the one on the right, it looks like the day it was put out there almost. I mean, you can not physically see anything wrong with it. Now, Americans waste about a pound of food per person each day, they say. That's about 150,000 tons of food is tossed out in the U.S. households daily. Number one thing is fruit, because we know that fruit can go away very quickly, and vegetables. Two is dairy and meat. What we found, by the way, by using this Freshness card in our refrigerator is we were able to go from buying half-gallon jugs of milk to 1-gallon jugs of milk simply because it didn't spoil in enough time, because we use it very, very slowly. But it's a whole lot less expensive to buy it by the full gallon. So we were able to do that. So it saves us money, this product does. It absolutely keeps your vegetables or your fruits and your herbs and all that. I've got chives in there that I'm getting ready to make a dinner with tomorrow night. And they've already been in there 3 or 4 days. And chives are very delicate. And they're just as fresh as the day they were brought home. They're absolutely great. Keeps all our breads and stuff in the pantry fresh, and oh man, everything is fantastic. But the Freshness card enhances the freshness of food and increases the life of produce, meats, breads, and other edibles, as well as plants, herbs, and flowers. Our exclusive technology inhibits the growth of mold, fungus, and bacteria. That's why it does it, and that's why it also works on your flowers, cut flowers when you give them to your wife. That decay and spoil foods in the refrigerator, pantry, or anywhere else food is stored. Let's go to the pictures here and see me. All right, and let me talk about this Freshness card and hold it up, show you what it looks like. There it is. You know, it's about 5.5 inches square, I guess. Really neat thing. Comes laminated, so it's easy. If you have to wash it off, it's just like the Quantum card. All you do is use hot water and a soft cloth, and that's it. Never put any kind of detergents on this or any of our other products that are hard, like Quantum cards or EMF Shields. Don't put any chemicals on there. Don't spray them with anything and wipe them off. Just use warm water and a soft cloth and wipe it off. They'll be perfect. Okay, the Freshness card is guaranteed for 1 year. Absolutely guaranteed for 1 year. May very well last longer. Can't say that, but I'll tell you right now, it's guaranteed for 1 year. We have one in our refrigerator, takes care of everything in there. We have one in our pantry, takes care of everything in there for our dry goods, our breads, and all of that good stuff. And we keep one on the counter right next to the fruit basket that my wife keeps on the counter. This is also the one that I pulled off of that countertop to show it to you today, because it's also the one where her flowers sit. Okay, all you got to do is, it's real simple. You use this and you use your Quantum card in conjunction with each other. Take some water into your glass vase, water over top of your Quantum card into your vase as much as you want. Take your fresh flowers, cut your bottom inch off like you would anyway, put them into the vase, set the vase on top of this Freshness card, and then, by the way, mist the flowers. When I have cut flowers for her, every morning, it's a habit. You know, I have actually a 1 ounce size that also sits right up there. I pick it up and I mist it. Takes all of, what, 5 seconds in the morning. Now, why do I do that? Because I buy her a lot of flowers. And what happens, guys, when you buy your wife flowers? You buy them, they're all happy about them, they're set up, and in a week they grab them and they throw them in the garbage, right? Well, you don't have to do that anymore. If you do what I just said, our flowers last now minimally 2 weeks when we do it. I've known my wife to have them 19 and 20 days before actually throwing them out. This thing saves me an awful lot of money. Now, let's go to the very last product very quickly. It's called the Pet Chip, if we can bring that up. And if I can cut my phone off. I'm sorry about that. Had to have that out here by me so that I could show you my EMF Shield. I should have turned it off first. Anyway, this is a brand new product we got out. We all love our pets. You know, I know people that spend more money on their dogs than they do themselves for their health. And that's just an absolutely thing that it does. And this new Energetics pet chip, and I've got one on the way coming in. It should be here Monday. So I can't physically show you to you, but if you have this picture in front of you, you know what it's like. It's about the size of a rabies tag. For anybody that ever has a pet and they get a rabies tag, they know what it is. Comes with a little less hook. You know, you just put it through there, put it through the little collar thing, a ring that's on your pet collar, and clamp it down, and you're done. Again, they're guaranteed for 1 year, and it's a carbon fiber chip. And it works a lot like our Quantum Card does on us. It works for pets, and our Quantum Card works for pets, but it's, you know, how do you attach a Quantum Card to your pet? Anyway, gives them additional energy, stiffness, and discomfort can go away. Negative emotions, fear, aggression, and anxiety, immune system, relaxation and sleep, recovery time from injury, wounds, and surgery are all assisted with this pest chip. The EMF protection. Water and food can be enhanced. You know, I take a Freshness Card and I put it in the bin where my dog food is so that it stays fresh. We can take the small disc and put it on the collar for the dogs to run around with. Well, I have a big 155-pound Fila Brazil Arrow also, and I've used that Quantum Card on him when he sprained a leg. And it's obvious that it worked and made him feel better and got him up much quicker and following me around. Still limping a little bit, but, you know, within 3 days, that limp was gone, and he's sprained it multiple times. And if you didn't have that card, it was going to be that way a week or more. And with it, it was gone within 3 days. Now, the U.S. pet market reached $86 billion in 2017 with strong growth for trajectory pet technology trends and pet wearables. That's a lot of money people are spending on their pet. How does it work? It's safe, natural, effective, energized pet product that may assist in improving your pet and animal's well-being, happiness, and protection. As your pet gets older, they can lose more and more life energy due to many factors such as aging, food, the environment, and stress. The Quantum Energy Energetics Pet is permanently programmed and encoded with natural harmonizing frequencies to restore the pet's body to its optimal functioning rate. And it is guaranteed for 1 year. Oh man, that is absolutely awesome. And again, like any of our other products, don't use dirt, soap on it, so, just don't. Use some warm water and a soft cloth. And let's go on back to the pictures where you can see me, if you would, please. All right. I am glad that people have come here and spent some time with me. This is a longer presentation than I usually do. I'd like to keep it to 30 minutes. We hit 38 minutes, and I'm sorry to have gone a little long, but this is something that'll be great, I hope, for your brand new people that out on YouTube, you'll be able to send them a link so that they know exactly what to do with the products, how to wear them, where to place them, and help customer service out from not getting those kinds of questions in. And if they get them, then they can just send them the link and say, watch this. That's why this was done. Very basic. I hope it helps. Y'all have a wonderful day, and let's go ahead and end this presentation. Have a good one.